Hello all, I am Guna Mathivanan. Welcome back to Simply Current Affairs. As part of our Hitlist series, we are discussing economic survey basics. Already I have covered 4 important topics. Please watch it before watching today's video if you haven't watched the previous ones. So in today's economic survey basics, I am going to discuss 2 important topics. One is regarding the periodic labor force survey. Another one is regarding inverted duty structure. So first we will start with this periodic labor force survey. So this survey is released by National Statistical Office. It is released on a quarterly as well as annual basis. Once this PLFS was available once in 5 years. But now National Statistical Office, it releases on a quarterly and an annual basis. Okay, what data you will be getting? You will be getting the employment as well as unemployment data. You will get the data of employment and unemployment prevailing in the country. So once in every 3 months, on this quarterly basis as well as annual basis, we will be getting employment, unemployment data. We will be getting this data under 4 important headings. So one is called as labor force participation rate. One is labor force participation rate. Next one is the worker population ratio. The next one is unemployment rate. The next one is activity status. Okay, one by one, let me explain. This 4 information we will be getting for both the urban areas as well as for rural areas. You will be getting the data. Right. First, we will imagine a country where the total population is 100. Assume the number of people who are employed, the working population, assume 30. The number of people who are unemployed, assume 30. When I say unemployed, I am referring to those who are willing to work but they did not get job. They are willing to work but they did not get any job. I am not talking about those who are voluntarily unemployed. Those who are voluntarily unemployed, forget about them. They will not be part of unemployed category. When I say unemployed, that refers to people who are actively seeking job but they are not getting job. Okay. So now when I say labor force, that includes the employed plus that includes the unemployed. So that will come to 60. In our example, that comes to 60. Now, labor force participation rate, LFPR, that refers to the percentage of labor force in the total population. The percentage of labor force in total population. In our example, that comes to 60%, yes or no? The labor force is 60, the total population is 100, percentage of labor force in total population is 60. The second one is the worker population ratio. Here, the percentage of employed in total population. The percentage of employed in total population. The percentage of employed in total population. They are called as worker population ratio. In our example, it is 30%. The next is the unemployment rate. Here, the percentage of unemployed in the labor force. The percentage of unemployed in the labor force. Percentage of unemployed. Labor force is 60. Unemployed is 30. That means 50%. In this example. Like this only data will be calculated. Okay. The last one is the activity status. Activity status. So here you will be getting weekly status. We will be getting usual status. See, weekly status means the National Statistical Office will survey. They will survey the people. They will ask, okay, Guna, last 1 week, what work you are doing, where you are employed. Guna, last 1 year, usually means 365 days, last 1 year, what you are working, where you are working, when you are working, all these information you will get. So you will get activity status for weekly, also for usual. Now based on all these data, you will be getting the unemployment as well as unemployed statistics. This is labor force, periodic labor force survey. Okay, so I hope you got clarity. So I will be sharing these slides, so you need not worry. Please go through the slides once you receive it. Now the next topic is inverted duty structure. The next topic is inverted duty structure. So before discussing about inverted duty structures, a quick recap on the GST. If you haven't watched my GST basics video, I have discussed about the GST basics. Okay, in the economy explained section, you have GST basics. Please go and watch it if you haven't watched. Okay, now a quick recap of the GST. How GST works? Let us take the example of wheat. Let us take the example of wheat. I am taking the example of bread. Let us take the example of wheat as well as bread. Now assume the price of the wheat is 40 rupees per kg. It is 40 rupees. Tax amount, assume GST is 10%. That means tax is 10%. This becomes 44 rupees. So there's a bakery. The bakery is buying the wheat. The wheat is being purchased by the bakery. Now bread is prepared. Now it is 100 rupees. 10% tax is imposed. That becomes 10 rupees, 110 rupees. Okay. So the final consumer will be getting the bread for 110 rupees. Now this 100 rupees is nothing but 40 rupees worth of wheat, for which 4 rupees of tax is already paid, plus 56 rupees of value addition. Now by imposing 10% tax on this entire 100 rupees, we are imposing the tax on the part for which tax is already paid, which is not correct. So tax has to be imposed only on the value added part. But in GST, how it works? Government will impose tax on the input. This wheat is the input. In our example, wheat is the input, bread is the output. So government will be imposing tax on input and output. Government says, okay, all fine. This 4 rupees you collect and you pay it to government. This 10 rupees you collect, you pay it to government. So government will collect both. All the bills has to be uploaded. So when the government sees, after analyzing all the bills, the GST network will analyze and the government will say, okay, for wheat here it is taxed once and one more time it is taxed here. So what government will do? According to GST, a product should not be taxed more than once. If a product is taxed more than once, the output tax government will retain, the input tax government will refund. So you will pay all the tax. What government will do finally? This is the output tax. This output tax government will retain. This input tax government will refund. This is the concept. But in practical, in real time, how it will work, I'll tell you. Listen carefully. In real time, how it will work, I'm telling you. Listen very, very carefully. So this is the input tax, 4 rupees. Who has paid? The bakery has paid, because the bakery has purchased the wheat. So the bakery has purchased the wheat. The bakery would have paid the input tax. So that 4 rupees of tax, that will be credited in the heading of the bakery. Okay, in Guna's bakery, under the head of Guna's bakery, that 4 rupees input tax will be noted down. Output tax how much? 10 rupees. Output tax is 10 rupees. So output tax is paid by the individual, the customer. The customer pays, but however this output tax is collected, it is paid to the government by the bakery. So bakery pays. Bakery collects and it will give it to the government. Now, practical sense, what happens is the bakery has paid 4 rupees tax already. That is noted down. Now, output tax of 10 rupees is collected. That has to be paid. But how GST works is, since there is 4 rupees of credit already it is available to the bakery, Guna bakery, this 10 rupees will not be paid. The output tax, instead of paying 10 rupees, only 6 rupees will be paid. Only 6 rupees will be paid. Why 6 rupees is paid? Because already 4 rupees of tax is there. So instead of giving cash refunds, what government will do is, the government will note down, okay, bakery has paid the input tax 4 rupees. Now bakery is going to pay the output tax. Instead of paying the 10 rupees output tax, the government will say, you have 4 rupees in your account, you make use of it. Don't pay 10, you pay only 6 rupees. You pay only 6 rupees. So this is how the GST works. The GST works. So bakery, whenever bakery is buying wheat, 4 rupees will be updated. Whenever the bakery is selling the bread, that is 10 rupees. 10 rupees of output tax has to be paid. But already 4 rupees of input tax is credited in the head of the Guna's bakery, assume. So when I pay 10 rupees, instead of government accepting this 10 and refunding 4, what government will do is, they will say to Guna bakery, hey, don't send 10 rupees, man. Send only 6 rupees. Already 4 rupees is there. Send only 6 rupees. So that 4 rupees of refund is already with you. This is an arrangement. Now this is recap. This is what we do. That is recap. Now coming to inverted duty structure. It is very simple. Think of a ghee, podi, masal, dosa. Think of a ghee, podi, masal, dosa. Now you go and have this is 200 rupees in Sarana Bhavan and tax of 5% is imposed. So this is the output. This is the output tax. What are the input? Ghee is an input. Podi is an input. Masala is an input. Now what is when you buy ghee, do you know what is the tax? Let us assume it is 18%. Podi, assume 18%. Masala, assume it is 18%. Now look at the scenario. For the output, tax is 5%. But for the input, tax is 18%. For the output, tax is 5%. For the input, tax is 18%. When the input tax is greater than output tax, and the input taxes are more than the output tax, that is called as inverted duty structure. What is it? When the output tax is less than input tax, or the input tax is more than the output tax. The tax rate, I am talking about the tax rate. When the input tax rate is more than the output tax rate, that is called as inverted duty structure. Now, okay, what is the problem, sir? This is a concept. This concept creates problems in different locations. In GST also it is causing problem. How it is causing problem? Okay, now just for time being, I am erasing this. So we know what is inverted duty structure. IDS, input tax is more than the output tax. Input tax is more than the output tax. That much we know. Okay, fine. So now we will try to change things slightly. Now for wheat is 40 rupees, no doubt. Let the tax be 10% only, no problem. So it is 4 rupees, 44 rupees. For bread alone, we will do some changes. Okay, for bread alone, we will do some changes. Now bread is 100 rupees. Now assume this is the input, the wheat is the input. Okay, for bread, assume the tax is only 2%. So what happens? 2 rupees, 102 rupees. So 2 rupees is the output tax. This is the output tax. 4 rupees is the input tax. See, input tax is 10%, output tax is 2%. This is a clear case of inverted duty structure. Now what is the problem, sir? See, we know that, so the bakery has purchased 44 rupees worth of wheat. So 4 rupees of tax has been paid by the bakery. That is going to be noted down. GST will note down. Guna's bakery, 4 rupees input tax has been paid. Now output tax is 2 rupees. Now what government says, Guna bakery already you have 4 rupees tax in your credit. So you need not pay that 4 rupees now, whatever balance amount you pay. But here the output tax is only 2 rupees. So what happens? The output tax, Guna will not pay only because already 4 rupees is there in my heading. In Guna's bakery, 4 rupees already is there. Now it is only 2 rupees, right? So what happens? The 2 rupees I will not pay. Now this 4 rupees of credit will become 2 rupees now. Now this 4 rupees of credit will become 2 rupees of credit. Because the output tax Guna is not paying, there is balance is 2 rupees of credit. Previously how it was? 10 rupees was the output tax. Previously 10 rupees was output tax. Already 4 rupees was there. So Guna will pay only 6 rupees. That 4 rupees Guna will take the benefit. But now what happens? Only 2 rupees is the output tax. Already 4 rupees of credit is there. So I will pay 2 rupees. The 2 rupees will be subtracted. There is additional 2 rupees credit which is unclaimed. Now this transaction again happen. Again bakery goes buy wheat. Again it buys wheat. Again bread. Again it is sold. Same process continues. So this another 2 rupees credit will be accumulated. The entire process repeats. Another 2 rupees credit will be accumulated. So what happens is all this naturally I should be getting refund. But in this current system, all this amount will become unclaimed amount. All this will be accumulated. All this will be accumulated. And this accumulates. See, if a refund is given in the form of cash, no problem, sir. The entire money will be refunded. But here refund is not given in the form of cash. Rather, government says, Guna bakery, next time when you pay output tax, we will subtract it. When the output tax is so low, input tax is so high, output tax is so low, this results in accumulation of the credits. The bakery is suffering. This is the problem of inverted duty structure in GST. In customs duty also there is inverted duty structure. It creates different problem. In GST this is the problem. The economic survey is highlighting this problem. The economic survey is also mentioning that government has taken efforts, particularly in the textiles, particularly in the electronics. We are able to see this inverted duty structure. Because of this, the business players, they are not able to get that. They are not able to claim that input taxes. They are not able to claim that input taxes. It gets accumulated. Right? So this is the problem with respect to inverted duty structure that is being addressed. That is what economic survey was explaining. Okay. So I hope you got clarity. Very simple. Think of ghee podi masala dosa. On ghee podi masala dosa, go to Sarana Bhavan, ghee podi masala dosa, 5% GST. But for ghee, 18% GST. This is when input tax is more than the output tax, that is called as inverted duty structure. And this creates problem for the GST taxpayers. Clear? I hope you got clarity on both the topics, periodic labor force survey and the inverted duty structure. You got clarity. So I will see you in the next Hitlist video with another interesting topic. Till then, bye. Take care from Guna Mathivanan.